You just seen a clip of Vieques, Puerto Rico. When I first heard about Vieques, Puerto Rico from Nanette Rosa, I was, amazed about the history and what she told me. And to let you know that Nanette Rosa lived in New York City, in the Bronx, in Castle Hill, and we used to live in the same building. I used to live in the second floor, and she used to live in the third floor. We was good friends. And now we have two special guests that's going to be discussing the issues of Vieques, Puerto Rico. New York City Councilwoman Melissa Margarito and Gloria Quillones. Thank you, ladies, for coming on Jose Show. And tell me about the history of Vieques and how the U.S. Navy affected the citizens of Vieques that live on the island.
Well, first of all, I just want to say, Jose, that it's a real pleasure to be on your show.
Thank you.
You're a very inspiring young man. And I see all the young people that are around you and helping you put the show together, and that's really inspirational for someone in my position and someone who really believes in youth leadership development. And I'm glad that you're doing this show on Vieques in particular, which is a really important issue. I feel very strongly about it. Vieques is a municipal island, part of Puerto Rico. It's an archipelago, I guess you would say. And Vieques is one of the islands that belongs to Puerto Rico. It's a municipality. So what happened in Vieques, as similar to Culebra, which is another municipality of the island, is that back in the 1940s, the U.S. Navy basically expropriated a large percentage of the land to build a military base. And in Vieques in particular, the Navy took over 2/3 of the island. One part of the island was used as an ammunition depot. The other part of the island was basically where a lot of the training exercises happened. And in the middle, between those two, was where the population was sandwiched in. And so there were a lot of concerns, obviously, with regards to the use of the ammunition, with the bombings that were happening, people being exposed to a lot of the materials that were in those bombs, and the health effects that it was having, the fact that the land was expropriated and the people could not use it for economic development purposes. There was a lot of concerns, and there was a lot of protests along the way. And it culminated in the 1970s, where there was a large disobedience that happened. A lot of that protest led to the Navy leaving Culebra, but remaining in Vieques. And where I came involved was that in 1999, David Sanes was working in an outpost on the military training base there in Vieques, and a bomb strayed, and basically he was killed as a result of it. The bomb strayed and hit the outpost where he was based, and he died. And his death, which was very unfortunate, led people to really coalesce around, again, rising up and being concerned about the fact that this military presence continued to be there, and people wanted to basically demand that it stop, and that they leave, and that the people in Vieques and in Puerto Rico are able to reclaim that land. So as an activist in New York City, I became involved in that movement and that struggle, and became the coordinator of the movement here in New York.
And Gloria?
Well, so, it was back in the 1940s that the Navy gets there, and so what happens over the next 60 years until the Navy finally leaves Vieques? Well, there's constant bombardment on the outside, of the area that people inhabited. It affected farming. Vieques had been a very fertile place where there were plantations for banana and sugar cane, and now people couldn't, even cattle were said to have gone sterile. Chickens weren't laying eggs. The fishermen couldn't fish, so there was no livelihood. And when Melissa talks about the uprising of the people in the 70s, it was the fishermen who were fed up. Because when they would go out, their nets that they would cast out into the ocean to catch the fish were destroyed. And so they couldn't make a livelihood, a decent livelihood. And over time, the bombs were settling in the ocean and rusting. And children were getting maimed because they thought that those, they call it, what do they call it? The ordnance. The ordnance would fly into areas that children might come to. And children were hurt as a result of thinking that those were toys. The military, the soldiers lived on the island, and the young ladies were abused. families were terrified when they would say the marino are on leave. They would bring their daughters in, and the boys, the young men, had to be kept away because there would be fights, bar fights, if the military came in having had too much to drink. And they felt that they owned the place. And people complained to us. They would tell us that the soldiers would sometimes decide to go to the bathroom in their gardens. And so people were not happy. And they felt abused, they felt disrespected, and it seemed like there would never come an end. Children could not sleep well, school would be suspended. This air went from the bombing, the pollution would rise and it would move over the island. So it was not a very happy 60 years of enduring this.
So I want to thank the New York City Councilwoman Melissa Margarito and Gloria Quillones. Thank you so much for coming on the Jose Show.
You're welcome.
So the Jose Show is also going to be working with Vieques Puerto Rico. So if you want more information about it, go on our blogspot, www.thejoseshow.blogspot.com. And coming up next is the Jose News Flash with Kennedy Zimmett and the young and talented rappers Illa Spitters. That's all coming up.